we're an online dispute resolution platform, and we make it really easy for people to resolve disputes that might otherwise be difficult, time-consuming, intimidating, and a pain. And basically the main thing is we take stuff that was a time sink and make it much easier. And we use private binding arbitration, and we resolve all our disputes online. So a claimant can file a claim, the respondent gets notice of that claim, each side then is invited to participate, or they invoke an arbitration agreement, clause in an agreement, sorry. And then we send that to a hearing. There's an online Google Hangout hearing, and then the decision is made. The entire process can take as little as 2 to 3 weeks. It's often been taking 4 to 5 weeks, something like that. And we're looking at the entire dispute resolution space, and we think it's conceivable that ultimately we could resolve disputes up to 100K. But for now, we're focusing on small claims. We want to do both enterprise and consumer. We're starting with consumer. And for now, we're focused on marketplaces as a start, just because they're startups. They're quicker to see something valuable, even if it's new, and understand what we're doing, and quicker to adopt, and et cetera. So far, it's been working. We have 3 marketplaces that are active with us. We have real revenue, and we've made about $7,000 in revenue we had one consumer case where we think we figured out a good way to give consumers an incentive to arbitrate, even when it's not in an agreement, so to agree to do it.
I think I need some explanation because I'm not really good in that kind of business. So let's say I could be like a potential customer for you. Let's say I have a company and I have a number of them who owe me some money, and this is less than $10,000. So instead of going to court, what do? I go to you, create an account, and then what?
Yeah, so there's 2 avenues. One is that you would have already put an arbitration clause in your agreements ahead of time, which is ideal, which we're also going to market. And then in that case, if you have a dispute with somebody, you just invoke that arbitration clause. You go to us, you submit a claim. It's a simple form. You go online and you fill out a few bits of information, and you're off.
And then?
We notify the other side. We email the other side and say, so-and-so has brought a claim against you. They say you owe them $5,000 because you didn't paint their house in the right way. They're invoking their arbitration clause with Arbiclaims. We need you to answer. If you don't answer, we're going to make a decision without you. That's court enforceable. That's if there's an arbitration clause. If there's not an arbitration clause, we say, you've been invited to arbitrate. Do you accept? We say, hey, the reason you might accept is it's less of a hassle than small claims court. And so there's an incentive for people to do it.
No,
if they don't accept.
I got it. So let's say I have this clause in my contract, and I create an account with you. I submit this information, and you contact these guys, and they never reply back. What happens next?
So under the arbitration regulations, we could still make a decision based on evidence presented, as long as we give them notice. As long as we let them know what's going on the whole way, we can do it based on.
And then.
So even if they don't respond, or let's say they do, then we schedule the hearing. We let you pick your arbitrator. We think that's really important to give people some skin in the game, right? And so the ideal situation is if both sides agree. If they don't agree, we pick one at random, and then you each get to veto an arbitrator if there's somebody you're uncomfortable with for whatever reason. So
you pick the person who's going to talk to both of us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you pick it from what? They're freelancers, or who are these people?
Yeah, we have freelancers, independent contractors, outstanding attorneys. The profile is either a stay-at-home parent who's an attorney, or somebody who started their own practice and has.
How many do you have?
I have 7 right now, and they're all UCLA, Harvard Law.
And who's going to pay for them, for their work?
You split the cost. So it's $79 to $159 a party. In the case of enterprise, the companies have been paying for it and making it free for their customers.
Okay, and you started that how long? Like, how old is the system?
I got the idea like a year and a half ago. I first started getting claims sort of the end, like trying to get claims through the system towards the middle end of last year. And I started on the enterprise track the end of last year.
Let's put it this way. What do you need money for? If you're running right now, and if it works, then it's going to be just organically grow. So what do you need investment for?
Yeah, we're not desperate. Like, that's true. We could do it that way if we have to. I'd rather not, because right now I'm 80% time on this because I have to make money to live, right? I'm not paying myself. We have a $50,000 investment, but I'm not paying myself anything. I have a CTO who's ready to jump on full time that I'd like to get full time, and I'd like to pay him. I want to bring in an account manager / customer service / salesperson. Customer service is going to be really important to us because there's a lot of education and there's a lot of angry, upset people. So a team of 3 of us could do a lot in the next year, and that's what I'm looking to do. So I'd like to get 250 to 500K.
Like you said, you need like a $250,000 or $500,000, which is, I mean, big money, and I don't have that much. So how can I help?
Yeah, well, I want 20 from you because I think if we had 20 from you, I could bring on my CTO full time. I don't have to go. I don't have to get paid yet.
Okay.
That's what I want. I want to bring him on, and I want to recruit a customer. I want to recruit another employee.
Your CTO, he's located where?
He's here in LA. We're both in LA.
Mm-hmm. And why can't you get somebody from, I don't know, from a country where expenses are way lower and the cost of development will be way lower? That's why.
Yeah, that's who we have working on our next version. So there's a company called Povio Labs. Are you familiar with them?
Nope.
They're out of the area. The founders were part of a Y Combinator company, and they have developers in Croatia. So they manage it all, and they work with a lot of great companies and do excellent work. And so that's our team developing it. And so they're going to help him as long as he needs. So he's managing that with them, but it's a very good price point.
No, but I'm saying, I didn't understand exactly the link with this company. So I'm saying, why can't you personally find a freelancer in Argentina, for example, and then this guy will develop everything for a few $1,000s?
Oh, I do think that technology is important. I do think going forward, developing certain algorithms around arbitrator selection, for example, is important. Developing the technology around settlement tools can be really important and a big differentiator. There's a lot of stuff we're going to do in the future where technology will be more and more important. But this current platform is not complicated. It's just once we build on it, it'll be important. Plus, Bennett's a great business partner too. So it is, I mean, the combination of legal and tech is very important. I'm just saying, if I had to put a number on it, I think sales and business development and, domain experience is slightly more important.
Give me just a little bit of your personal background, just, in a few words. Where are you coming from? What you've done before, that sort of information.
Yeah, sure. So I'm basically an East Side kid from LA. I grew up in sort of in between East West Side for the first 7 years and then moved downtown East Side area. This I'm obsessed with. This I'm passionate about because it kills me that people don't have a way to resolve their disputes. It's ridiculous, And I kept getting calls from people who I couldn't help. And they didn't want to go to small claims court, and it's defunct. It doesn't work, And some people game this and try to get away with stuff because of it. This I want to see happen, and I think if it happens, we'll make dramatic changes to litigation in this country for most people, and not just in this country, but around the world. I mean, somebody reminded me that in India, it takes a decade or longer to get through litigation. It's going to be incredible what we can do worldwide if we're successful.
First of all, first and foremost, I really like the idea. Like I told you, I'm your first customer. I'm not the first, but I'll be your customer tomorrow. That's for sure.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I don't have many doubts that you will succeed. That's also what I like. So, what I see for me as an investor right now is 2 problems which are solvable. The problem one is that I really have questions about your decision to spend a lot of money on one technical person. I think that this is the wrong decision. And in the future will show you whether you're right or wrong. But I've seen many situations like that where people raise money, they spend that money on the CTO, the technical person, when you are personally not a technical person, you're the business person, you have the vision, you have the strategy, you know what needs to be done. And then I'm not saying that technical people I'm saying that in general, quite often, technical people fool business people. So they are smart, they know what to do, they have the technology in their hands, and that's why they come in and say, hey, the software is so important, I'm the guy who can do that, you have to pay me full-time salary, I'm going to help you. And then the startups, they just basically burn all of their money on these technical people, and then the technical people leave and go to other startups. I've seen this many, many times. And I'm afraid that you are very close to making the same mistake, which is, and you're like not ready to change that direction. So this is one concern for me. The second, again, I'm giving you my honest opinion. So I
appreciate it. I like candor. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my situation. So I don't know your co-founder. I don't know this technical guy. But in general, jumping into the company and just taking full-time salary when the company is so not properly funded yet, this rings a bell for me. So there's something is definitely not right. That's one thing. And the second thing, if you would not have that $50,000 and you would come to me in that situation, I would give you money for sure, because in that situation you would need the money right now, and that would be, I would see that I can help you to survive for another month, and I will be like kind of a not lead investor, but in this situation right now, what I'm saying is that right now you don't need my cash, and you will need it in probably 1 or 2 months. When you burn your money you have right now, and then you will need more cash. And in that situation, we will be able to see how you actually spent the money. So whether you make that tech mistake with the technical co-founder or not, or maybe I'm wrong, maybe that was not a mistake. And you will have some product which I will be able to see. Because right now there is no product behind that. There's just a concept. So what I'm saying is that there's a concept. You're quite early. You're quite young as a company. You just have a concept, and you proved that this concept may work on the market. So you just showed this concept to a number of clients, and these clients gave you some money. So this is a proof that the concept works, and there is no technical solution yet. At this moment of time, I would be ready to give you the money, but you don't need the money because you already have them. So it's better for me as an investor, much wiser decision is to wait 1 or 2 months and to see how you're going to use that money. Just giving you like a few $1,000s, you're not going to accept that, it's going to be too small. But giving you 20,000, it's big risk for quite young company, and you don't need them because you have them already. I mean, you have approximately even bigger amount. So it's better for me to wait. That's my just
fair. No, that's fair. I think it would make a difference, but I think that's fair.
And even if I would have $500,000 right now, even I would be, let's say I would be a bigger investor, in that case, I would still say, you know what, I'm going to wait. So just spend this money and make some progress, because you're not in the situation where you're going to die tomorrow as a company if I don't give you the money. So if that would be the situation, then I would say, hey, I would better jump in, because this guy going to be like, ruin the whole company. They will just die, and I will lose the opportunity. But it's not going to happen. You will survive. You will survive for a few months for sure. So it's better for me to wait and see how exactly you're going to survive.
No, that makes sense. I should have told you we had nothing,
If you would tell me that we have nothing and we're going to basically die in a few weeks if you don't give me the cash, then I would say, yeah, definitely. Here's my $10,000 just for you personally, Steven. Just keep running. Don't give up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, that's good. Now I have a better sense of your goals and what you're up to, and I think that's really great. So I don't just
want to throw money somewhere. I really want my money to be useful, because I can give it to you or can give it to somebody else. So I really want my money to be working, actually. So
no, that's okay. Understood.
Well, I'll definitely see you later, because I'll become your client, so we'll be in touch.
No, I look forward to that. If all we got out of this was one new customer, then that then that's good. And some good feedback. So that's great.
Okay.